Hey, Problem Stats kids, this is Dr. Callahan with Week 3 Wednesday. How are you guys doing? I hope your first day back was awesome and amazing. So go ahead and pause the video and answer the following 3 questions. Okay, we're going to go ahead and create the assignment for today on MS Teams. And for those of you guys who are like, what is it that we're doing with MS Teams? Are we going to continue on with like we were back in when we were in distance learning? It will be exactly the same as that. So if you're a hybrid and you're supposed to be learning at home, make sure you are logging on to MS Team. Your attendance is taken that way. So we're just going to keep on doing that just to be consistent, so it's a little bit easier for everyone. All right, so I'm going to go over here to where it says assignments. And we're going to create the assignment for today. It's going to be for week 3, Wednesday, ProbStats. And today our topic is going to be null and alternative hypothesis. So your instructions are very simple. Make sure you guys go to the 2 different links for your Google Doc, for your YouTube, and also your Google Doc. And of course, I have hard copies outside my door in case you need to pick them up. All right, and then of course, you guys have 10 points. And this is for 2 classes of Prop and Stats. And it's always due by 3 p.m. the following day. And I'm just gonna go ahead and click on Assign. All right, in addition to this, you guys have 1 extra page of assignments or guided notes I'm gonna be using today. And I wanna make sure that this one is available for you guys as well. So that way you have it available. All right, so let's go back over here to make sure that went through successfully. And it did, and I'm just gonna go ahead and paste it on here. So when you click on this, you'll be able to see the questions right here. And that is one of the things that you need to upload in order to get the points. Just keep in mind that when you view the assignment, I'll mark you present, but in order for you to actually get the points for the assignment, you actually have to upload the assignment in order for that to happen. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and get started with today's stuff then. Okay, so when I saw you guys last time, which is on Tuesday, you guys went ahead and completed the quiz. That was our first quiz that we had with the 5 different steps, and that's worth 10 points. So if you did not do that, you need to make sure you go back to week 3 Tuesday to go ahead and complete it. This is going to be the breakdown of today. You're going to be turning in your old packet, which is from Unit 6. And make sure your homework template is attached, and you're going to be going into Unit 7, which is the new or the second white packet for the semester. You do have a little bit of textbook work, which is right here. And again, all you have to do is from your assignment, you just go to View Assignment and go to the Google Doc. And the Google Doc is right over here where it says Google Doc. You just click on that, and it's going to take you to the textbook for this class for your homework. Today is week 3 Wednesday, so you're going to scroll down a little bit. And here is week 3 Wednesday. And this is your homework right here. So if you want to look at it, if you scroll down, these are the questions for your homework for week 3 Wednesday. And that's really all that you need to know about that. Or actually, if you don't see it, I'm so sorry. You scroll down from your Google Doc where it says week 3 Wednesday. And this is what you should have for your textbook, for your homework tonight. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Just on a set of piece of paper, I want you guys to go ahead and tell me, what is a hypothesis? What is the difference between a null and an alternative hypothesis? And then create an example or a question that you would like to ask someone, like for a study. For example, do most people prefer the color pink on Valentine's Day? So then what is your null hypothesis and what is your alternative hypothesis? So go ahead and answer the following 5 questions here. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's stuff. So you should have a brand new packet for this. If you don't have it yet, make sure you grab one from me on your when I see you in person. So first things first, can you state the null hypothesis? The null hypothesis is always going to be the HO, and then the alternative hypothesis is going to be the HA. So HA and HO. So for example, hypothesis test is a process that uses hypothesis testing to test a claim about the value of a population. So for example, an automobile manufacturer advertised that its new hybrid car has a mean mileage of 50 miles per gallon, which is actually pretty good. I drive a Honda Odyssey and I have about 29 miles a gallon on the highway and then 23 miles a gallon on the regular roads. To test this claim, a sample will be taken since it will be impractical to test all of the cars. If the sample mean differ enough from the advertised mean, you can decide the advertisement is going to be false, okay? So let's go ahead and get some symbols that you need to memorize so that way you know what you're going to be using. First thing you need to know is that the U is the mean. That's the first one. P stands for proportion. This little squiggly thing, you guessed it, is your standard deviation. And lastly, you probably have not seen this before, but that little squiggly thing, squared is that little squiggly thing multiplied by the little squiggly thing twice. And this is the variance, okay? So keep in mind the variance is always going to be the standard deviation squared, or the standard deviation equals the square root of the variance. And you can use that interchangeably. Statistic hypothesis, a statement or a claim about a population parameter. So it's kind of like a question. You want to figure out if it's true or false. Need a pair of hypotheses, one that represents the claim, and the other one is going to be the complement or opposite of the claim itself. So when you're writing the hypothesis, the null hypothesis is a statistical hypothesis that contains statement with an equal sign in inequality or equal. And it's also written as H sub 0 or HO. On the other hand, alternative hypothesis, a statement of inequality such as there's no equal sign. So it does not equal, no equal sign when the inequality must be true if the null hypothesis is false. So this is always going to be opposite of the null. Opposite of the null, okay? And it could be written as HA. So let's take a look at an example. It says, write a claim as a mathematical sentence stating the null and alternative hypothesis and identify which claim represents the claim. A university publicized the proportion of its student who graduate in 4 years is 82%. That's actually pretty good because most students nowadays, they have like a job or they have kids when they're in college, or they have other obligations that prevent them from graduating in 4 years. Although a 4-year degree now is more like a 5 to 8 years because that's how long it's taking them to complete it. So to have 82% of all of the students there graduate in 4 years is a pretty big claim, actually. So your null hypothesis is going to be all graduates or I should put all students graduate 4 years is 82%. And of course, your P is 0.82. Your null or alternative hypothesis is going to be that opposite of this claim is going to be 82% of students do not graduate a 4-year university or college. And so you could just say P does not equal 0.82. So that is your null and that is your alternative. Let's go over another example. Example 2. Write a claim as a mathematical sentence. State the null and alternative hypothesis. And it says a water faucet manufacturer announces that the mean flow rate of a certain type of faucet is less than 2.5 gallon per minute. So your null hypothesis is going to say that the mean of the water is going to be more than 2.5 gallons per minute because it's saying that our faucet is so amazing that you get more water per minute. Now, the alternative hypothesis, which is going to be opposite of your null, is going to say, remember, with the null, you always have the equal sign. With the alternative, you do not have the equal sign. So in this case, it's going to be less than 2.5 gallon per minute. All right, number 3. A cereal box company advertised that the mean weight of the content of its 20-ounce size cereal box is more than 20 ounces. So it's saying that it is more than 20 ounces. Okay, so that is the claim. Because if you're a cereal company, you want to say, I am giving you more stuff for the money that you pay for. So your null hypothesis is going to say it is going to be more than or equal to 20 ounces. And this is your null. Now your alternative hypothesis, there is no equal sign. Has to be opposite of this. It's saying, I think this company is lying because they're saying that they're giving you more cereal for your money, but really kind of skipping the top. And they're giving you less than 20 ounces. And this is your alternative hypothesis. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and practice this a little bit. So go over to objective number 1. Pause the video. And I want you guys to go ahead and give me the null and the alternative hypothesis. So take a moment and go ahead and do that. And if you're done with A, move on to B. If you're done with B, go on to C. If you're done with C, move on to D. Okay, you should be kind of almost done with this. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the answers for objective number 1. Go ahead and pause a moment and take a look at my answers and then take a look at your answers. All right, then with that said, let's continue on to the second one, objective 1. It says, or objective 2, can you write a claim to complement and state which is the null hypothesis and which one is the alternative hypothesis? All right, so looking at this right here, since there is an equal sign, this is a null hypothesis. So your null hypothesis is going to be u is less than or equal to 645. Your alternative hypothesis does not have an equal sign with the inequality, and it's going to be greater than 645. All right, for B, it is saying it's not equal. For not equal, remember this is going to be alternative. Alternative always does not have the not equal sign. Null has the equal sign. So your alternative hypothesis is going to be the standard deviation does not equal 5, which means the null hypothesis is it does equal 5. For C, there is no equal sign, so obviously that's alternative. So your alternative hypothesis is P is less than 0.45. Your null hypothesis is that P is greater than or equal to, because there has to be an equal sign, 0.45. All right, you guys, that is basically it for your notes. But you do, however, need to do some additional practice. So I did have this attached to it. So go ahead and just practice a little bit more on the next few questions, stating the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. When you're done, I'm gonna have you guys work on the light bulb here and then the reflection. And basically what the light bulb says is, draw a light bulb. Inside the light bulb, I want you to give me 2 suggestions you would give for future freshmen, 1 mistake that you will never make again, and 1 event that you wish you would have attended, which will be kind of hard because we have a pandemic right now. And then lastly is reflection. Take the right step. Let's take the right step. What can you do to improve your understanding of what you learned today? As always, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.